Third year English, lecture number 47, topic The Huntsman, poem number 7. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Subha bakhair third year class. How are you beta? I hope you will be fine and will be living a very safe and sound life with the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and may Allah keep you always happy and healthy. Ameen, summa ameen. Students, I say welcome to all of you in my class, and today we shall start a very new poem, that is Huntsman. Beta, huntsman mean hunter, and this poem, this very famous poem and very, you can say, innovative type poem is written by Edward Lowery. Beta, Edward Lowery, he was a doctor, okay? And besides a doctor, he was a very much prominent and innovative English poet as well. He was born on December 12, 1913 in UK, and he died on 10th July 2007. Beta, his poems has the stamp of minuteness as well as imaginative richness. Besides a doctor, he had a full command over his writings as well. And beta, he stayed for some time in Kenya, and while staying there, he got a lot of information about the folklores and the folk stories that were, you can say, passing from one generation to the other generation in any country or in any city. ठीक है बेटा, folk tales जो है वही होती है ना, जो from one generation to another generation जो है वो बेटा travel करती हैं, ठीक है, जिसको लोक दास्तान हम कहते हैं उर्दू में, and English में they are called folk stories. So the poem The Huntsman is based on an African folklore, ठीक है, which describes the tragic uncertainty of life in Africa. ठीक है बेटा, ट्रेजिक अनसर्टेनिटी है, ठीक है, वहाँ पे लाइफ की जो आप कह सकते हैं कि कोई भी शोची नहीं है, ठीक है. सो द पोइम बेटा, थोड़ा सा मैं ब्रीफली आपको इसका इंट्रोडक्शन दे देती हूँ पोइम का. दैट इट टेल्स अबाउट अ हंटर हु डजंट लिसन टू द वर्ड्स ऑफ द स्कल एंड इवेंचुअली बिकम्स अ victim of his fate. Actually, Kagwa, the name of the hunter, he was very famous for his, you can say, hunting skills, and he was hunting the lions. You can say the lion is a very fearful animal, and it is very difficult to hunt the lion. But he was very courageous and brave man, and he hunted the lion, and he was very famous as well, beta. But what happens to him? That he was become the victim of his fate. ठीक है, he couldn't understand the message of the talking skull. Actually, one day he was going in the forest in search of his you can say prey जो शिकार के कहते हैं, ठीक है. So he found a talking skull, ठीक है, and he asked, just for fun beta, he asked the skull, how did you come here? एमी बेटा उसने वैसे ही पूछ लिया ना कि तुम यहाँ पे कैसे आई हो. सो इट वॉज वेरी सरप्राइज फॉर हिम दैट द स्कल इट रिप्लाइड दैट टॉकिंग ब्रॉट मी हियर. सो बेटा, इफ Kagwa, he would be, you can say, if he would have some kind of wisdom, he should understand the meaning of the talking skull. But he rushed to the king's court and he told him that he found a talking skull. At first the king didn't believe on him, and he sent his guards with him in order to find the reality. But when in front of the guards, he asked the skull, how did you come here? The skull remained silent and it didn't say a single word. So it was ordered from the king that if the skull didn't say any word, you should kill the Kagwa at that point. तो आपने उस टाइम Kagwa को वहाँ पे मार देना है. So बेटा, they were the orders of the king, so the guards, they have to follow it, and in the end we see that when the poem ends, we see that the Kagwa, he met his fate because he couldn't understand the message that if we talk so much and carelessly, ठीक है, so it brings a kind of disaster for us. So beta, we should have some control over talkings as well. ठीक है। तो पोइट का कहने का मकसद ये है कि इफ़ इट इज़ रिक्वायर्ड एंड इफ़ इट इज़ नेसेसरी वी शुड स्पीक एट दैट पॉइंट व्हेन देयर इज़ नेसेसरी, एंड अननेसेसरी टॉकिंग इट क्रिएट्स डिस्ट्रक्शन फॉर अस. So beta, this is the message of the poem, and let's see what is the poem about in it. So beta, first of all, as before starting every poem, I tell you that you have to write the reference and then you will write the context. Although I have told you the whole poem, but still there is reference that these lines have been taken. If stanza is given to you, and what will you write, that these lines have been taken from the poem The Huntsman, written by Edward Loper. ठीक है. So what will be the context? This poem tells a Kenyan folklore. It tells that sometimes a hunter becomes hunted himself. Khagwa went hunting and found a talking skull. He came to the king and informed him to the fact. The king ordered to know the reality. When it was found not so, Khagwa was killed. Strange enough it was that after his murder, the skull spoke. The story tells us that irresponsible talking can bring destruction. So the elements of suspense and irony create a shocking impact in this poem. So beta, this is the context that you will use for your explanation. Okay beta, stanza number 1. Khagwa hunted the lion. Through bush and forest went his spear. One day he found the skull of a man and said to it, "How did you come here?" The skull opened its mouth and said, "Talking brought me here." Okay beta, Khagwa, as I told you, that is the name of the hunter, the huntsman, and he hunted the lion. ठीक है. Hunted means to chase in order to catch and kill, either for food or for sport. Okay. Through bush and forest went his spear. स्पेयर किसको कहते हैं बेटा? नेज़ा, जो कि यूज़ करते हैं जो शिकारी होते हैं फॉर हंटिंग. ठीक है. स्कल आपको पता है खोपड़ी को कहते हैं. एंड सेड टू इट, "हाउ डिड यू कम हियर?" सो बेटा, द स्कल ओपन इट्स माउथ एंड सेड, "टॉकिंग ब्रॉट मी हियर." सो I explain this stanza that in these lines the poet has narrated the story of an African huntsman who was known for hunting lions, and his name was Khagwa. He wandered in the forest in search of lions. He went through the forest with a spear in his hand. ठीक है. And said to through bush and forest went his spear. It means he went through the forest with a spear in his hand. So, and said one day he found the skull of a man. One day he came across a strange incident. He found a skull, and just for, you can say, for passing time, or you can say for just getting information, he just asked the skull, "How did it come into the forest?" The skull, to his surprise, the skull opened the mouth and said that careless and irresponsible talking brought it here. So beta, this is the explanation of the stanza number 1. Stanza number 2. Khagwa hurried home, went to the king's chair and spoke. "In the forest I found a talking skull." The king was silent. Then he said slowly, "Never since I was born of my mother have I seen or heard of a skull which spoke." So beta, stanza number 2. Khagwa hurried home. First of all, when he saw that the skull was talking, ठीक है. Of course the skull, जो एक it is the skull of a dead man, so it was talking. So he got surprised and he hurriedly went back to his home, and then beta, he went to the king's chair. Chair means court. He went to the king's court and he gave him the information that he found a talking skull. Beta, why did he go to the king's court? Because in those days it was very important to please the king, because in their prayer the king, they, you can say, gave some kind of wealth, ठीक है, or rewards. So in order to get a reward or wealth, Khagwa went to the king's chair and he told him the whole incident. "In the forest I found a talking skull." Okay. The king was silent. Then he said slowly. The king was silent. Beta, at first the king didn't seem that he was, you can say, trusting on Khagwa's words, because he was not sure that is it you can say a real story. Okay, so the king was silent. Then he said slowly, "Never since I was born of my mother have I seen or heard of a skull which spoke." कहता है कि since I was born, I did not hear or I did not see that a skull may talk. That it is impossible thing for a dead person, for a dead skull to talk. It is not a real thing. So beta, the king at first it seemed that the king was not ready to believe on Kagwa's story, but still he sent his guards with Kagwa in order to find the truth that was lying behind Kagwa's story. So beta, inshallah in next stanzas we shall see that what happens to the skull and what happens with the Kagwa and how did the king react and what was his order for, you can say, Kagwa. Okay beta, it's enough for today's lecture, and inshallah in the next lecture I shall explain the other stanzas, and I hope that all of you have well understood. And if there is anything that is not clear to you, you may ask me and I will wait for your feedback, and inshallah tomorrow, or you can say in the next lecture, we shall meet and I would explain other stanzas. Beta, till tomorrow, stay blessed, remember me in your praise, and Allah Hafiz.